Hello, it's me, Jess. Welcome to my channel. I'm here with another channeled message. This is a specific message. It might resonate with you, it might not. All right, so this is a very specific message that is coming through. I feel like this has to do with a baby trap situation that somebody did on you, and it could have been successful. If it wasn't successful, I feel like there was like a thought or a plan or a strategy about it, and you might not have seen all of this so clearly that this person very intentionally meant to do this. That's what I'm saying. This is a very specific message. But I think you are seeing it here at this point. And if you're not seeing it, there's a female energy around you that is seeing it very clearly. But this person, whoever did this or had a plan to do this, does feel very exposed here at this current moment in time. And they are actually feeling very ashamed, very sad and remorseful. And I do feel like this person is taking responsibility for this at this current time. And they know that they betrayed you, that this is some kind of a betrayal to your friendship. They know this was like a very, very selfish action, because it seems to me that this person wanted to do this because they could see this natural King of Pentacles energy, like with you, inside of you, regardless of your gender. It's a strong, like Queen or King of Pentacles kind of an energy, which is it's stable. I feel like there's something about your energy that's very respectable, and it's everything that this person kind of wants to be tied to and associated with in the world. You cut an image that this person really sees for themselves in the future. But there's something where maybe they're intimidated or they don't feel ready to go after that just yet at this current time, like in the real kind of correct way. There also could be a feeling that you wouldn't choose them, which makes this all the more damning because they're trying to take your choice away. That's really what this comes down to. They're trying to take your choice away. They're trying to make the choice for both of you, because I'm seeing this person, I'm seeing the Knight of Pentacles card in one of my decks. It's like an animal deck, and it's depicted as like a young buck kind of energy. So having antlers, but it's not like huge antlers yet. So this person could have been kind of young, but maybe like young adult, and they sort of thought that they should be ready, or they were kind of thinking about that, but they weren't quite there. I don't know. But I'm seeing this person kind of put their head down and just ram their antlers right into your second chakra, just to kind of stick themselves to your energy. And it's kind of devil energy here as well, because that was their shortcut to this King of Pentacles energy, instead of trying to build that up within themselves, which ironically, and I think a lot of you are women. I mean, take this however it's resonating, but ironically, that's where you were actually building that King of Pentacles energy. So there's kind of a fixation here with your second chakra, which I'm actually seeing grow like into a womb. But the second chakra does have so much to do with, it's that creative schmegsual energy, you know, and it has to do with like expansion, and it has to do with wealth and stability. It's really associated strongly with like that Lakshmi energy, wealth and abundance. And I feel like that's what you were working on within yourself. And so that this area may have been very active at the time, but it's because you were working on your own, like changing your own fortune energy, your own wheel of fortune energy. And this is for you tied very much into your second chakra. And it's also linked to some kind of mother figure. Now take that however it resonates, because maybe for some of you, you're like your mom could have died, you know, early on, or maybe your mom was very like dramatic, erratic kind of person. So you never felt very stable, but you had determined within yourself that you were going to give that to yourself, and you were going to give that to your future children or your friends or whoever you were going to be sharing your life with, you know, so it could go that way. It also could be that you were building your second chakra under the tutelage of some kind of mother or grandmother figure. Whoever this is, they're coming across to me like with the wisdom of the owl, and it's like just a very feminine energy. It's somebody very eagle-eyed, somebody very adaptable, somebody who kind of sees in the dark, which I'm taking to mean like they could see the potential roadblocks ahead for you. They can see where life kind of gets sticky. And so they're guiding you to really build up that second chakra in the right way, which I think for you is this King of Pentacles energy. And I'm hearing family planning very, very strongly. For some of you could have had a mother that, you know, I just heard fell pregnant, you know, earlier on. And she just really guided you away from that, because it was really hard for her and she didn't want you to like repeat her mistakes. So guiding you in this King of Pentacles, one foot in front of the other, you build something up, family planning, you make sure that you get your ducks in a row so that everybody in your life is very stable. I can see this is very important to you. Now, this person that kind of rammed themselves into your second chakra, they don't have that same tutelage, and they don't have that same understanding, and they feel kind of panicky. And I feel like this person doesn't feel they're able to kind of engage with that, or maybe For some, it's like they're bored or they don't want to do it. They don't want to put that one foot in front of the other. So that's where I feel like this person tried to take the shortcut and just kind of ram themselves into your second chakra. And they were trying to turn that like very frivolous kind of energy into something very burdensome for you. And they weren't thinking about you. This person wasn't thinking about what that was going to do to you. I think that they knew that that wasn't going to be ideal for you, that was going to cost you money, that that might affect your reputation. Because I think you're seen as a King of Pentacles kind of person, you know, somebody very stable, somebody maybe that is very family oriented. You could have talked to this person about that being a major dream. So this person essentially is a hidden enemy to you. And they're not just a hidden enemy to you. I think you're seeing that this person's a hidden enemy to your child, living or dead. Like if this child manifested or if this child did not. This person's a hidden enemy because they're taking away the stable childhood that you wanted to give. So you're not on the same page as this person, as in regards of maybe even if you want a family or not, or the way that you want to go about doing that. And this person just wanted to take away, I'm hearing like your rights. They want to take away your right to choose. And they wanted to bind you somehow to a third party situation as well. So I don't know. Okay, so for some of you, I think where that comes in is because this person could have known that they weren't ready to settle down. But they knew like, and they weren't ready to like actually be committed. But again, they looked out, they saw you as everything that they wanted to commit to. They didn't want to treat you right. They didn't want to put the work in. They didn't want to walk next to you and be your equal. So they were like, well, if I just become the father of her child or the mother, like flip the energies if you need to. This person is like responsible. I think they saw that you're responsible on a financial level and that possibly that you wanted like a family and you wanted that stability in your life. So you're going to want to put your family back together, which means that you're going to struggle and this person's just going to leave you to struggle. Probably for the first, you know, like I'm hearing like the first 4 years or however long this person wants to be irresponsible and out thought and bopping, which again, hidden enemy to your child, the first 4 years of a child's development is so important. And I'm really getting that strongly for you, that you understand that. This person is like, okay, then whenever I come back around, so then they feel like they can cheat on you. So for some, it's like, okay, we're going to be in a relationship, but it takes the pressure off of them because they're like, okay, well, I can still do whatever I want because I'm kind of bound to this person in this way. And then they can't push back and they can't, it's going to skew the choice energy. You get what I'm saying? Or they could just break up with you and go and be in other relationships, break your heart in the process. And then eventually whenever they're ready and they decide, okay, finally I'm ready to settle down and be this King of Pentacles, then they're going to come back around to you and say, oh my gosh, like it was you the whole time. And they think that you're just going to be putty in their hands because you want your family back together and this person is like the mother or the father of your child. So you just have to like accept them, you know, or that you're more inclined to accept them. That's for one thing here. But for others of you, maybe this person knows that you're like somebody else or that you're with somebody else. And so then this person just wants to bind themselves in like on that. There's something weird about their King of Pentacles energy. So for some, okay, there's like a few different scenarios here. They could actually be in another marriage or commitment and they're like, well, I kind of feel like this is like falling apart. Or maybe this person's just really greedy. So they looked out and they saw you and they're like, oh my gosh, I have to have it kind of thing. And so they want to, I don't know, get you into an affair and then get pregnant so then they can like leave. If that's the case, I also feel like this person, again, it's a very selfish impulse because they want to punish the partner that they're with because they feel hurt by that partner. But I think it's just because the partner expects them to be the King of Pentacles, expects them to keep their promises and be stable and stuff. And then this person wants to run over to you and they're feeling very lustful towards you. And they kind of want to, I feel like this person's very codependent. They can't stand on their own, right? They can't stand on their own. So they want to kind of win the breakup over there. And then they see you as like a hot partner or somebody that would like help them to win that breakup sort of thing. Then they're going to come over to you and then they're going to kind of watch their partner to see if their partner is hurt. So it's very selfish, you know, like that kind of drive or that kind of energy. And yeah, so that's another thing. But I think also for some of you, this person saw you succeeding and they saw you succeeding and growing and expanding and maybe you were going to have more options or better options than them. So they wanted to tank the options that you have and burden you with all this like responsibility. And then this person wanted to be independent, you know, be like some kind of independent entrepreneur. like have you reliant on them. And I don't think this person can even bring in as much of a sum as you can. So maybe this person wanted to steal your ideas, but then take credit for them because you have to stay home with the baby, but you're going to tell this person everything to do or something. And then they're going to steal your light and they're going to steal your recognition or something. But they wanted to obscure your vision around them being responsible for this. This also may tie in with the live stream that I did around that Mars energy that associates love with crisis, but they associate love with them inducing a crisis. Because when they felt rejected by their mother, and I think that's another thing here for this person, they and it could have to do with, again, it's the Pentacles realm, something to do with that. And they felt rejected. And so the mom would only pay attention to them or be like soft toward them if they had some kind of crisis. And so I think this person, even if they see that you're with somebody else or something, they're like, if we have a crisis together on the magnitude of having a baby, they're going to fall in love with me. And they don't care. This person they don't love you. This isn't love. They're not thinking about you at all. They're not thinking about what's best for you. They're not thinking about what you might want. They're not asking you because they don't care. They think if they crisis at you, that you're going to fall in love and then that's going to be what you want. And they're just traumatizing you. And there's potentially a baby involved as well that should be the center of attention. I think you've got your head on straight about that. That if that being a parent is a service-oriented action, you've got to think about their needs before your needs. And this is a person who's in such a state of emotional despair, they should be no one's parent. This is how you have family curses that get passed on. They need to be dealing with their own mental health. And I think for some of these people, that is a part of it as well, is like they kind of want the psychological comfort of focusing on a being outside of themselves and talking about that rather than like living their own life or having to deal with their own self. It's also something that I feel like they think they can blame their lack of success on. Well, I had a child early on, so I think it's a pressure thing. So it removes the pressure for them to succeed. And then they can yell at you. And when you're angry that this person isn't, living up to their potential or their responsibilities. And you're like, listen, we're all stressed out here. And this person can just be like, well, what do you want from me? I mean, we got pregnant when I was so young and they did it on purpose the whole time. So this person, it's like their escape hatch. And it's on the back of you and this child and taking away from you in order to give them, it's like a buoy because this person is kind of rising very temporarily, but it's nowhere near the way they could rise if they really tried to sort through their mother issues. I really feel like this is like mother issues and stability issues, their own second chakra issues, instead of trying to latch on to yours. And I also want to say that I think you have a very sparkly second chakra. And even if this did happen to you and you got derailed, just know that it happened to you because you're bright and you're beautiful and you're talented and you're promising and you're strong and you've got a bright future ahead of you. You have a lot of potential. And I'm healing. Maybe that's a message for somebody. Divergent. There is a scene where Triss, she was rising up in the ranks. It was this very kind of cutthroat competition, and really truly being homeless or getting to live in their faction was on the line. So they were, going through that process, and she started rising up in the ranks. And as she did that, one of her friends, one of her close friends, tried to throw her over the ravine, and she managed to get his mask off. And then she realized it was one of her friends. And she says to somebody, she's like, I can't believe Hal. That was his name. I can't believe Hal. And then her love interest in the movie, or who eventually becomes that, says, you're rising up through the ranks and he's failing. It makes him hate you and it makes him hate himself. And it's in this kind of frenzied mindset. I'm not making an excuse for it. I'm just saying, I think this person, when they're out of this, they're in a kind of fight or flight mode. And there's no excuse for this. Absolutely none. But when they come down from it, I do feel like this person is going to realize what they've done and who they've been, and that they were not in a state of love. They were in a state of fear and panic, and that they took you down with them, or they tried to. They were very aggressive towards you, and that they hated you because they weren't succeeding and because they didn't have the courage to try. I really feel like that. I feel like there's a fear of failure here, a fear of inadequacy, a fear of not being enough. And so there's a real hesitancy to take responsibility of their own life. And it really is that Sagittarius energy, that hinge point energy of the beast becoming man. There's a real difficulty of rising up into the, I'm going to try to become man, regardless of gender, right? That beast becoming human. I'm hesitant to try that because I don't want to break my own heart. So I'd rather bind myself to somebody else. At least then I feel like I could try. because then I've got all this cover around me, well, I got pregnant at a young age. What do you want from me? Or yeah. And then they don't have to be compared to someone that's succeeding, especially if you're the female here. And this person feels like they're supposed to be rising up in their masculine role and be the provider, but you're actually rising up and you're making more money than them. They want to be with you, or someone like you. They want somebody with these traits, but they feel so insecure and they don't want to be compared to it. So they feel like they have to take you out of the game. It's very enemy. This is hidden enemy. Because I'm seeing this person skewer you in your second chakra. That is not a loving action. And again, it's not King of Pentacles, because a King of Pentacles, is a good parent. And part of being a good parent is understanding before you ever bring your child into the world, make sure that you can provide that stable, safe situation, within reason. And this person is refusing to do that. All of this is very emotional and reactionary. And that's maybe this family curse energy. Maybe that's what you came from. Again, some of you had a very unstable emotional situation in your home environment, which is why you actually went the other way to this person, where you're like, I'm not just absent-mindedly repeating that pattern. No. I know how it feels to grow up in an environment like that, and I'm going to get my ducks in a row. My kids are never going to feel that way. And you actually took the time to piece together what that means, that your kids are not ever going to have to deal with that. Okay, so if they're not ever going to have to deal with that, what kind of person do I have to be? What does that mean my life looks like, right? That's the route that you went down. And this person has a lot to learn from you, but it's like they're so consumed with their self-loathing that they don't ever look at you. And again, that's not an excuse, because if you're looking at this person and saying you're a betrayer and a saboteur and you don't love me at all, there might be a preoccupation with me, but you don't love me at all. I feel like you're absolutely right about that. And I feel like this person is feeling shame, and they're feeling responsible for putting you at a distance, or for the two of you not being on the same page. They're seeing that clearly now. And I feel like this person wants to talk, actually. They've had some kind of, I'm hearing the light of God has kind of gone off within this person. And they're really wanting to heal this situation. They know they've put you at a distance. They're growing in their light. This person is really growing in their spiritual light. They're wanting to purify their bad karma here. I'm really hearing if you wanted to yell at me, that would make me feel a lot better. Because this person feels like they went after your stability. Your temperance energy may have been a trigger to this person as well. Like after some kind of ending, this probably didn't go the way that they thought it was going to go, because this person just looks at the superficial side to you, that you were growing and expanding in the material world. They don't connect that with an emotional maturity internally as well, because I think this person's very emotionally unstable, very emotionally unchangeable, very emotionally changeable. So there's a temperance energy here where whenever this person betrayed you, they were thinking that you were going to be emotionally unstable like them, and instead you were very mature. I think this is so unfair, because I think a lot of you have had to be so mature. This is like a playing out of the home patterns, I think. And I feel like this is exactly what you didn't want, is this instability all around you. And this person just injected it into your space. But I still think in the face of it, you've shown an immense amount of temperance. I just heard, if this is you, don't worry about your child. If you have such an amazing, beautiful energy to you. You really do. You have this Jupiter energy. I think that you will always find your footing in this situation. I think it's an absolute crime. And for some of you, it was a literal crime, potentially, that happened here. But you are such a stable person. And it's, I think that your heart breaks for your child, that this other parent is so deeply unstable and not motivated by love. They're motivated by this emotional trigger thing. And because of that, they're so selfish. And you know how that's going to translate over into some kind of parenthood. And also, I think you worry about the values or the guidance that this person's going to give because they don't have the mindset. They wanted to slam into you because you've got the mindset. And this person may have wounded you to where you couldn't even totally fulfill that yourself or something. Not that you won't, because I feel like you will. You're kind of an incredible force, I feel like. And you just will overcome. I just think it would be nice if for once in your life you didn't have to overcome everybody's bullshit that they threw at you, But I think you worry because this person's solution to stability and success in their world was to slam into someone else. So I think you worry about what kind of rhetoric or what kind of guidance, what kind of standards this child's going to be held to. But you are a very strong presence in this child's life, and you kind of buoy this child here as well. Yeah, this person also potentially wanted you to be blamed for this, held accountable. Instead of, I think you trusted the wrong person here. But I don't think that's how they wanted the story to play out. And they could see your innocence as well. Yeah. There was some kind of plan about this, but I can see that it's half-baked. It's some kind of half-baked plan. And it's just because this person does associate love with crisis, and they really did think that if they just slammed into you and induced a crisis all over you in your world, and rocked your stability, that you were going to feel sorry for them and that you were going to love them. And maybe some of you did at first, but I think you're seeing this person very clearly now. And I think you feel sorry for them, but you're seeing that this was some kind of sexual strategy. And I think you see that it was born of some kind of grief here as well. Yeah. I think this tower moment, it was a tower moment for both of you, but it also put up some kind of blockage, and there's really a strong judgment energy here coming through as well. And I still think you're going to be successful. And maybe that's part of the judgment. Like there's still a tower that maybe you separated out from this person and you're still like going to be successful. That could also be it as well. Because this person maybe wanted to feel entitled to your success. That's for another of you. That's for some others of you. They knew that you were going to be successful, or they knew that you were successful, and they kind of felt entitled to that success or wanted to find it. There's also a loss of a community here. I don't know if you've moved away from a community or a family, or if a community actually rejected this person, because maybe a community can see this very clearly. Maybe whoever this owl figure is actually somebody. Okay, it's a high priestess. So it could be you, or it could be somebody in your community. And I think I'm just hearing like, we've got to do better. We've got to do better than that. Maybe somebody said that to this person, and they actually respect this person. Whoever told them that, they were like, no, we've got to change this. We've got to do better. I see exactly who you are. I see exactly what you did. And, you know, I think this person has a very loving quality to them as well, but they're just also like no nonsense. Because I'm seeing the eyes of the owl, like very like night vision, right? Like I can see this. You're not hiding anything from me. The other thing is like this person may like to, they're trying to dodge the responsibility, and it's like, oh, I'm just this devoted mother, or I'm just this devoted father, and I'm just trying to do what's best for everybody. And this owl is like, I can see you. This is born of selfishness, and we have to do better. We have to take that responsibility. Yeah, and then now I'm seeing that Mother of Pentacles energy. And I'm hearing you can do it here as well. So this person's being asked to turn a corner in themselves and to take responsibility for who they've been, and for doing this to this person, or trying to. It's a deeply undesirable situation for everybody involved, including this person, but I don't think they could see that in the past. They had some kind of very short-sighted plan. And I'm hearing the word utility, because all they could see in this other person was, I just heard like a useful idiot, or some kind of like utility, you know? They just reduced somebody down who's actually very great and who has like a lot to give. And I think maybe has a lot to give, and was meant to be an inspiration to a community, because I think this person was gaining. It's like they had overcome some kind of obstacle, and this person may have known about it or not. Like I said, they don't really care about this person, not really. But I think that they're starting to see this, and they're starting to deal with this. So, all right. I think that's what I have for you. But I think some of you are like wondering why somebody, oh, that's what I was getting ready to say. You're wondering why somebody would do this. And because it's not even in their best interest, but it's like they couldn't see that in the past. You're like, okay, I understand. Like you're looking at this through the lens of selfishness, but logically this doesn't even make sense from your point of view. And it's because they associate love with crisis. So they thought if they put a crisis all over you, and you know that's not going to work, but this person honestly didn't, because I think that's what worked in their childhood. This is like family curse energy. And it feels like they slammed their family curse into you. As like a desperate hope for stability. And this person needs emotional stability and external stability. This really does have to do with their second chakra. I think this person was really shocked that their plan didn't turn out. They wanted to be bound. Yeah. And somehow this does involve a third-party situation, which makes me think that this person knows that you're with someone else, or that you wanted something else and maybe tried to capitalize on some kind of opportunity that they saw, or they had every intention of cheating and then being able to come back whenever they wanted to, or that they were with somebody else and wanted out of that relationship maybe, or they just wanted to have multiple options because that person that they were with maybe, I don't know, it's like hedging your bets. For some, I don't know, this person could have been in an affair with somebody, and it's like, if there was another like relationship over here that this person was a part of, I feel like they really wanted to hurt the person that they were with because they felt betrayed by that person. Again, this is another aspect of this person is not taking responsibility for themselves and their choices. They feel controlled by their choices. They don't understand, like, I can make my own choices. And if this person's hurting me, I need to own that, and I need to leave. And I need to grieve that, and I need to heal, and I need to move on. This is like an emotional turmoil in this person. And again, I'm not making excuses, because they shouldn't have done what they did to you, and now there's a baby potentially involved in this as well. So, all right, that's what I have for you. If that resonates, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye, guys.